Hello, a little creepy, eh? So it's almost 5 o'clock here. And yes, I do think that the hoodie is the perfect form of overcoat wear because it does also cover your neck and double acts as a scarf. It's great. Anyways, today I wrote about 1,600 words as per usual. That is my minimum. But I got up at 8 this morning after I went to bed at like 3:30 last night because I was trying out some different things that I will talk about in a minute or two. So, point is I only got 4.5 hours sleep just about, so I don't really think I'm all that cranky, but I feel kind of cranky today. I still woke up and got everything out of the way and everything is a-okay. Number one, I have already been to the bookstore and I have gotten this book, The Lonely War. And I think I may be going back a little bit later today, so yeah, I love bookstores. But I will tell you where this came from because this is not something I would normally read. It is all John Green's fault. I woke up this morning, got my writing done, and then I wanted to go back and watch the TED Talk about Paper Towns after I had read Paper Towns, so it made a little bit more sense. So I did, and then he talked about all these things, and I noticed that in his book he talks a lot about these famous beasts of literature like Moby Dick. You know, his personal favorite book is Catcher in the Rye, and he just really knows his stuff about literature and history, and I just am really jealous of the knowledge there and the fact that he enjoys all of this, and I haven't even tried it. So with that, I only could take 3 classes because of my limited major that I am not allowed to get into yet and all that other bureaucratic stuff like that. So I was only in 3 classes, which was a total of 10 credits, and now I have 16 credits, which was 2 extra classes. They're both literature classes. I think I have 17th century literature and Victorian, but I also am taking another literature class and that I was already signed up for, which is science fiction based, which is pretty cool. So if I do stick with these literature classes and I do like them and they go well and I enjoy everything, then I might consider double majoring in English, as I can't even speak and say in English. So it's basically all his fault, but I am very appreciative because I have yet to find something that really actually inspires me as a writer other than J.K. Rowling in this journey that I've been on so far. And John Green keeps talking about how his books aren't that great and that he's not the proudest of them and that he puts them, you know, he gives the credit all to the books that have come prior to him, the great works, but I give this dude some credit. It is a discussion-worthy book and it does not end the way that, you know, a normal young adult fiction book would. Not that I don't even know if it's young adult, I don't know. But I liked it a lot and I appreciated the ending, even though I'm not really sure where it sits in my brain yet. And this is all talk from my book review that I'm going to have to make soon, but I just wanted to explain my inspiration that I felt from this one author's story because he is very well renowned for multiple reasons and I just enjoy his outlook on life. And like I said, this whole journey is about what I find on the way to becoming an author, and I think that, you know, everybody who is a writer no matter how good or bad it is. So I am a writer and I am just not the best writer yet, and John Green doesn't even claim to be either. He's so humble and there's just a lot to take from his self. So not to be too much of a John Green fangirl, but I do need to expose myself to other genres of literature, so I picked up this, and it is about one woman's account of the struggle for modern Iran. So I figured I could learn up on some history and look up some definitions of words and kind of put some pieces together and learn about some things as I learn about myself perceiving this book and see what I take from it and, you know, just kind of get another genre in my brain. I also found a lot of other books that would be interesting to me. For example, there's a book called Severed, I think it is. It's about a collection of severed and different kinds of heads that are found, like guillotine and like shrunken and framed heads, and it just seemed really interesting. So that might be something that I pick up in the future, but I want to make sure I can finish this before I get anything else, and I say that now until I come home later with a crap ton of books. So I cannot advise it yet since I haven't completed it or done it myself, but I'm going to invite you to travel to another genre and try it out with me and read something that you're not usually used to and, you know, kind of take from it and see what's different about it. I double, triple dog dare you to the 5th dimension and back because this is kind of hard for me to do, but I was looking at the history section and I was like, wow, in these books is so much knowledge, so much, and just words. Isn't it insane that you can fit so much knowledge into one of these things? Isn't it crazy? And like, that's why it's so awesome. It's just so awesome. That's why books are great and words are great and literature is great, and it leaves you with feels, like the little squiggly shapes that we associate into words just I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry. They just turn into feelings, and it just is crazy to me how music can make you feel, and then how words can make you feel the same. They can make you feel a certain way. It's just all very inspiring, and I want to harness the craft and make other people feel things with my words. And because that is creepy enough for one day, I'm going to leave it at that and take off for today. Have a very, very, very grand day, and I will see you tomorrow. Hello, I just want to remind everybody to have a grand, happy first day of the new year. Yes, I just wanted to recollect my thoughts from yesterday, and I just want to say that I think every day should be special, and the new year should be important because it should be a remembrance of the portfolio of every single day that you have lined up. I saw last night everybody on Facebook posting, "Oh my gosh, Happy New Year's, it's so great," and I just thought to myself, what if every single day was celebrated like we celebrate New Year's? And then it hit me that it was just a sad day, and for some reason I've just been thinking about that a lot, and it actually makes me legitimately slightly upset. It's not a feeling I can control, and it's just kind of something that bugs me deep down, and maybe I just have to write about it because that's what my angsty self, tends to have to do. But I think this is normal, and I like being infatuated with this idea of why, and I need to explore it further, and I just need to find the way to find that answer for me. So I want you to go and find what intrigues you, and then write about it and find out about it and do some research and just ask why. Always be asking why and communicate it. Okay, that's gonna be all. Find out what bugs you and then go at it, and don't let it bug you anymore, because my saying is you can't complain if you don't do anything about it. That might be a rough one, I'm sorry if it's too abrasive, but that's just my own personal thing. Even though sometimes I do complain, that is not a thing that applies to everything. But, because I do it too. But, that's what I try to do at least. Okay, have a good day. Goodbye.